Bloomers and friends, Rev Kev coming to you from the Bloom office today, as per usual, of days late. Boy, we're in the week following Easter, and what a wonderful Easter celebration we had with our two services. The sunrise service happened, and the sun came up, and it was just gorgeous as the golden hour, it's called in the filming days, cast this beautiful golden glow on the side of the Demuth Center, just as we were doing our acclamation of Christ the Lord is risen today. It was a pretty wonderful experience, and there's you'll see a recording of it by Russ in Bloom Notes here, and we are just really grateful for that. It was very fun to see people in person, and everybody was very socially conscious and aware of distances, and I think that many people were moved and appreciated the service very much. So I'm just so grateful we were able to work that out. And then our regular service on Facebook Live was a blessing as well. So here we've had this experience of being in person there at the Demuth Center. We weren't inside the Demuth Center, and that's what made it possible, because the city buildings are still not open. That's something we're going to have to continue to monitor and learn about for what's going on, for the future for Bloom. And so what that means is that these next weeks and months are going to be filled with considerations, and we need to be able to respond to those in ways that are good for Bloom and good for Bloomers and friends. And so it's a matter of, it's going to take prayer and considerations with integrity, and trying to do our very best to maintain best practices for congregational development. And always, throughout all of that, I know I started with prayer, but always sensing God's Spirit among us, and how we are being called to do what we want to do in basically sharing God's love and good works as our part of our mission in being Bloom in the Desert Ministries, United Church of Christ here in Palm Springs. So I ask you to keep us in your prayers as we have these considerations. We're gonna, we've got the open leadership meeting this coming Wednesday night, and next month we have a congregation meeting. These are going to be times of thoughtful dialogue about what to do as we move into the summer, and certainly what we're thinking about and for our plans for the fall, when, God willing and the creek don't rise, as we used to say back in Wisconsin. We look forward to be returning to more normalized operations. I know that people are planning their travel schedules and deciding to do this and do that, and we as a congregation also will be planning our moves, so to speak, strategic moves and actions for the weeks to come. So that's the main point today in this Eastertide, first week of Eastertide Bloom Tube. It's at this time that following the resurrection that Jesus had gone on to Galilee and told the disciples to meet him there. Several other things happened in this period of time in our traditional story, the road to Emmaus story, the being by the seaside, and the doubting Thomas story, or we should actually say the convincing Thomas story, all of these kind of things. So this period of time, this post-Easter, this period of time that's called Eastertide between Easter and Pentecost, which is 50 days from Easter, this period of time is fraught with activity of the development of the church, and the coming of Pentecost is a celebration of the coming of the Holy Spirit. Now let's remember, the Holy Spirit is always with us, always among us. Let's just be sensitive to that as we make decisions for our church, as well as faithful people in our own lives. Sense the Spirit. That's an important thing to keep in mind, and that's what we're going to be doing as we go forward. So we hope to see you this Sunday in worship. Dr. Dennis Marine will be our musician. We're looking forward to guest preacher this Sunday, and you can find out all that information in the Bloom Notes. So have a look around Bloom Notes and get the details. Look forward to seeing you, and until then, please keep us in your prayers.